Baltic amber is one of the richest fossil ambers in the world, with over 3,000 species already described from its Eocene deposits. It's also the most intensely studied amber, so extensively examined that brand new discoveries are rare, but when something truly new emerges, it's nothing short of a gem. Among those thousands of species, we find a staggering diversity: spiders, ants, flies, crickets, and countless other creatures. Yet, today we are not looking at the common inclusions. Today we are going after the legends, the holy grails of Baltic amber collecting. And hey guys, Jarek here, welcome to Amberscape. I have done this kind of video for Burmite amber. The Holy Grails list of Burmite amber is heavily stacked with vertebrates, snakes, birds, frogs, and so on. Baltic amber will be a little bit different. In Baltic amber, vertebrate fossils are one-in-a-lifetime finds. Let me explain why. Baltic amber formed in the Eocene conifer forest, in cooler, more temperate climates. These ecosystems were dominated by insects and small arthropods that easily got trapped in resin. Burmite amber, on the other hand, is Cretaceous and tropical. The environment was wetter, hotter, and richer in reptiles, amphibians, and small vertebrates moving close to resin-producing trees, increasing the chances of them being trapped. Baltic amber resin was generally stickier but slower flowing. This meant it was excellent for trapping small, lightweight animals like flies and spiders, but less likely to engulf larger, stronger vertebrates that could escape. Burmese amber resin likely flowed more rapidly in large volumes, which could entrap larger organisms, including lizards, frogs, and even bits of dinosaurs. In short, Baltic's amber forest ecology and sticky resin favored insects and spiders, and my Holy Grails list will showcase it. And the list will be my personal opinion, of course. And let's begin with the Baltic's amber most common inclusions: the flies. But among them, one species stands out as both bizarre and unbelievably rare: the stalk-eyed flies of the family Diopsidae. These flies are instantly recognizable. Their eyes sit on the ends of long stalks jutting out from their heads, a feature they use in mating displays and even head-to-head duels. They are some of the strangest flies on the planet. And in Baltic amber, they are considered legendary. Only a few specimens are known, making them a true prize for top-tier collectors. When I first started collecting, I'll admit I got bored of flies pretty quickly. Most of them look so similar that even different species blur together. But the moment I saw a stalk-eyed fly preserved in amber, it completely changed my perspective for the flies. And while we are on the subject of dipteras, the honorable mention goes to another rarity: the mosquitoes. They are insanely hard to find in Baltic amber, but unlike the stalk-eyed fly, they are not quite the Holy Grail level, but are very close. Let's continue with flying insects, the true airborne treasures of Baltic amber. First up, one of the most sensational finds: copulating moths. These specimens, identified as Forcepsites michalski from the Tineidae family. What makes this specimen legendary isn't the act itself. We see other insects mating in amber, it's that these are moths. As far as we know, this is the only copulating moths ever found not only in Baltic amber, but in the entire fossil record in general, making it a truly one-of-a-kind discovery. Moths are sometimes called night butterflies, but here's a fascinating fact. No adult butterflies have ever been found in amber, not in Baltic, Dominican or even Burmese. Yet Baltic amber gives us something just as rare, a caterpillar of Eogeometer vadens. This true butterfly larva is the only known butterfly caterpillar preserved in amber, a true holy grail. It's proof that butterflies were already living in the Eocene, and its fragile body makes this preservation nothing short of miraculous. And by the way, the discovery of true butterfly caterpillar was made by my friend Artur Michalski, and he also provided most of the media used in this video. So thank you, Artur, all the amber lovers are in your debt. Next, there is the ultimate flying insect rarity, dragonflies. Nearly complete dragonflies in Baltic amber are almost mythical. It took me ages to find this picture of this beauty. Most other finds are fragments or wings. While damselflies are also considered holy grails, fully preserved dragonflies are far rarer and stand out at the very top of collectors' list. Even dragonfly larvae are extraordinary and is also a holy grail member, giving us a rare glimpse into their aquatic life stage. And yes, I have a photo of one of these as well. Finally, we turn to the honeybee, not quite on the same level as dragonfly or one-of-a-kind butterfly larva, but also extremely rare and beautiful inclusion. Honeybees are fascinating creatures, social architects, master pollinators, and delicate works of nature. Preserved in amber, their segmented bodies, tiny hairs, and intricate wings make them absolutely breathtaking. Under macro photography, I'm lucky to have pictures of multiple specimens, and these images truly capture their beauty, a perfect blend of science and art. Now that we have dealt with the flying insects, it's time to turn to the creatures that hunt them. The arachnids. Silent, strange, and deadly. These are among the most wanted inclusions you can hope to find in Baltic amber. This time let's start with the honorable mention, the Mastegusa spider. Already rare, but not quite the holy grail level. What makes them so striking is the males. They look almost alien, with bizarre whip-like palps that curl back over their heads like ram's horns. These aren't just for show either, they play a role in the reproduction, making Mastegusa one of the most unusual spiders you can possibly see under amber. Next comes a true heavyweight, the Solifugae, also known as the sun spiders or camel spiders. I actually had them in my Burmese amber holy grails list, but in Baltic amber they are about 100 times rarer. How rare exactly? Only 3 specimens are known worldwide, and just 2 species have ever been described from the Eocene Baltic amber. That's how legendary they are. In fact, I found only 1 specimen with pictures online, which resides in Poland Amber Museum in Gdansk, and the only other example I found comes from the Specialist Amber book. It's even worse story with their cousins, the Amblypigi, the whip spiders. These flat, spindly arachnids would be absolute holy grail level. Their size and body shape made it almost impossible for Raisin to trap them whole, so the odds of finding one in Baltic amber are about as close to impossible as it gets. For now, only single claw of this creature was ever discovered, proving they indeed could be found in Baltic amber, but the whole specimen is yet to appear. And finally, we come to the king of the arachnids, the scorpions. Baltic amber scorpions are breathtakingly rare. Even major museums often don't have a specimen, and when one turns up, it's front page news in the amber world. The Amber Museum in Gdansk purchased a specimen for around 200,000 zlotych, showing the incredible value collectors place on these inclusions. I have also seen them illustrated in a specialist Amber book, proof that a handful more exist, but they remain among the most elusive arachnids in Baltic Amber. Among the arachnid specimens, an honorable mention goes to the spider cocoons preserved in amber. These delicate silk structures are rare on their own, but there is one extraordinary, one-of-a-kind specimen where the mother spider is preserved besides the cocoon. This is the ultimate holy grail, a mother and her brood frozen together for over 40 million years, a breathtaking snapshot of ancient life and parental care that you almost never see in the fossil record. Holding or seeing an image of this piece is like witnessing a miracle of preservation. Only in amber such scenes are possible. While flying insects like moths and butterflies are captivating, it's the ants that truly showcase the evolutionary richness preserved in Baltic Amber. During the Eocene epoch, ants had already established themselves as dominant terrestrial insects, thriving in diverse ecosystems. In contrast, in deposits like Burmese amber, ants were still in their evolutionary infancy, making their presence there relatively scarce. This disparity underscores the significance of Baltic amber in capturing a more mature phase of ant evolution. Ants hold a special place in my heart. They are fascinating and complex social creatures, and holding a piece of ant that is fossilized for millions of years is priceless. Among all the ant species, one stands out for its rarity and unique characteristics: the Dracula ant. Specimens from this genus are exceptionally rare in Baltic amber, with only a single known specimen discovered. The Stigmatoma genus is renowned for its specialized predatory behavior. These ants are known to feed on the brood of other ants, a practice that earned them the moniker Dracula ants. Their feeding mechanism is unique. They use their jaws to create a vacuum, drawing in the liquid contents of their prey. This method of feeding is not only rare but also highlights the specialized adaptation of this genus. Scarcity of Dracula ants in Baltic amber can be attributed to a few factors. Their specialized feeding habits may have limited their abundance, as they rely on the food availability and special conditions. Following the Dracula ant, we have an honorable mention, the Prionomyrmex ant, the largest ant ever found in Baltic amber. These giants can reach up to 2.5 centimeters, making them enormous compared to most Baltic amber ants. Their size and strength make them formidable predators, but also extremely rare, as bigger insects were less likely to get trapped in resin. Seeing a Prionomyrmex preserved in amber is like holding a tiny ancient warrior frozen in time, a striking reminder of the diversity of Eocene forests. Now we move to more true Holy Grails ant specimens, the ones that are once-in-a-lifetime finds, and these ant specimens are famous for their parasitic action scenes. The first specimen shows an ant with a wasp larva emerging from its abdomen, capturing a dramatic moment of parasitism. Only amber can preserve such rare and unique interaction among different insects. The other is equally astonishing, an ant with a cordyceps fungus sprouting from its body, another one-of-a-kind snapshot of host-pathogen interaction. Both specimens are extremely rare, unparalleled in the fossil record. Collectors and scientists alike consider these specimens holy grails, and having pictures of them is like holding a piece of evolutionary history in your hands. Now that we have explored the ants, Let's move back and explore more outrageously rare predators in Baltic Amber. Both belong to the ancient superorder Polyonoptera, the distant cousins of grasshoppers and cockroaches. We begin with the praying mantis. While juvenile mantises occasionally appear in amber, even those are very rare. But finding an adult mantis, this is a pure holy grail territory. With their iconic raptorial forelegs, triangular head and predatory lifestyle, mantises are some of the most charismatic and iconic insects alive today. To see one preserved in amber is breathtaking. Next up, we move to the mantis's distant cricket-like cousin, the gladiator insect. They look a bit like armored crickets, but they are predators, equipped with powerful jaws and aggressive stance. In Baltic Amber, they are insanely rare. In fact, they are the coolest and rarest cricket-like insects ever discovered from these deposits, proudly earning Holy Grail status alongside the mantis. Next in the list is the group that fills me up with pure amazement, the gastropods. In all my time exploring Baltic Amber, I have seen only pictures of 2 different specimens, and that's how rare they are. Just a handful are known, and one beautiful example is housed in the Gdańsk Amber Museum. I don't have real explanation why snail shells are so rare in Baltic Amber, but generally snails weren't creatures that often wandered into raisin flows, making their preservation more a stroke of luck than anything else. One of the snails is only 3 mm in size, a literal tiny miracle of preservation. Under macrophotography, the details of its coiled shell looks absolutely magical, like nature's own miniature sculpture sealed in golden resin. Next up is the tiniest inclusion with the Holy Grail status in my list, the flea. These tiny parasites are crazy rare, with only a handful of confirmed specimens known worldwide. Every amber collector dreams of owning one, but the dream comes with a price. The last flea in Baltic Amber to hit the market sold for nearly 15,000 euros, and it was like 5 years ago. Holding one is like holding a piece of prehistoric past history that costs a fortune. From parasite, we move to something much more weirder, the Texas beetle larva. This bizarre beetle family is rare even today, and its larvae are among the strangest looking insects ever trapped in amber. Flattened and armored with an alien-like appearance, they were predators that lurked in crevices, waiting to ambush smaller insects. In Baltic Amber, finding one is incredible rarity, a specimen that looks like something straight out of a science fiction, preserved in a perfect detail. And now, let's dive into something that's even harder to imagine, the aquatic life in amber. Since amber was a tree resin, most of the aquatic life never had the chance to get preserved in resin, but against all odds, some of them did. Insects with aquatic nymph stages like dragonfly larvae are already holy grails, but there is one aquatic inclusion that rises above the rest, the freshwater shrimp. These are so rare that only a handful of specimens are known, each one considered a treasure by the collectors and museums. Their delicate legs and antennae, preserved in golden resin, create a stunning, almost surreal contrast, a creature of water locked forever in fossilized tree sap. When they appear on the market, they are not just rare, they're incredibly valuable, commanding high prices and near mythical status in amber collecting circles. And finally, the time has come to talk about the vertebrate fossils in Baltic Amber, the absolute rarest inclusions in these deposits. First up, bird feathers. These are incredibly rare, so rare in fact that I haven't seen a single specimen in Lithuania's Amber Museum. When they do appear, they are highly priced and extremely expensive. A tiny delicate trace of a bird frozen in time. Just seeing one under macro photography is breathtaking, revealing textures and patterns preserved for millions of years. And finally, the one everyone has been waiting for: lizards. Finding a lizard in Baltic Amber is almost unbelievable, given their size, mobility, and the low probability of encountering sticky resin. Most known specimens are carefully preserved in museums. The Gdańsk Amber Museum houses one, and the Lithuanian Amber Museum in Palanga has another. I was lucky enough to see the Palanga specimen with my own eyes during the visit. It's not tiny, nor is it complete, but it's larger than a medium-sized lizard, and was probably already dead when captured by resin, making its preservation even more remarkable. Any new discovery of a vertebrate in Baltic Amber would make headlines worldwide among the amber fanatics. That's just how extraordinary rare these inclusions are. If you have been watching me in the past, you know I have a passion for plants, and in Baltic Amber there are two botanical inclusions that deserve a holy grail status. First up is the mushroom. I have personally seen only one picture of a mushroom preserved in Baltic Amber, and it's a spectacular specimen. Remarkably, its blue coloration has been preserved, giving it a otherworldly beauty. At just a few millimeters in size, it's a literal tiny miracle. And under macro photography, every curve and texture comes to life, a frozen snapshot of fungal life from the Eocene. Next, we have something even more astonishing: a predatory plant. Fossil evidence shows that ancient carnivorous plants existed in Eocene forests, and some of these specimens preserved in amber resemble modern Rhoridula species. These plants had specialized stalked glands capable of capturing prey, and likely relied on a symbiotic relationship with insects to gain nutrients. What makes them incredible is not only their rarity, but also that they reveal a completely unexpected facet of plant evolution, showing that carnivorous adaptations were already well established millions of years ago. And finally, a honorable mention goes to larger plant inclusions, big leaves, cones, or other plant fragments. While not holy grail status, these specimens add amazing context and beauty to the amber forest. And yep, this is it for the video. I hope you did enjoy this video and the best inclusions Baltic Amber has to offer. And if you did, smash that like button and subscribe to the channel, this will mean the world to me. Special thanks to Artur Michalski and your contribution in discovering rare specimens in Baltic Amber, and also for the most of the media and some of the specimens that you discovered that were used in the video. If you guys want to support Artur, I will leave his Etsy store in the description, go check it out. And for now, thank you for watching and see you next time, bye!